of all the layers. The outer shell, if you peel the outer shell, you see another shell. Peel the outer shell, you see another shell. So you can always create from that tree, it's a branch. You can drop all the accounts of this guy or this lady or whatever all over the world and see the transaction. The issue is that a hacker can still break into your BVN if he's smart.
No, but the BVN is all about biometrics.
Yes.
So how can you hack into my account if you don't have my face, you don't have my biometrics?
We know now that the Israelis have proved that even the DNA can be cloned. So what we are saying is that there's a lot of issues, you know, in this, the biometric aspect. Biometrics is a extensive layer of securing identity fraud. Okay, but now you find out that even people are going within that biometrics, they're going to retina biometrics, not just the facial biometrics, because the retina has a special feature, you know, in every human being, not just the fingerprint biometrics as we have. So they've moved on. Then, of course, they are also moving on to DNA. All right. So these are some of the issues. They are so complex that you need professionals to be at the table of discussion. Indeed, that's why we are now saying within that structure, it's not just about the issue of central bank. Okay, the federal government need to establish the office of the Chief Information Technology Officer of the Federation, because that is what is happening in the White House. These guys are the ones that connects all the data, be it financial, entertainment, policy, security, into one pot. So people who are hacking has to go through that gateway, and of course they can identify the frequencies, as it were. As I said, digital encode, you negotiate it there, you can go in there in that lab, and you will see real time what people are doing online, trying to steal either from the online mall shops, or from the banks, or from the, you know, even from the education center. They steal data. They just steal data and sell it to other people. So I think the banks are doing well, as I would say, because if you look at the marginal drop of what they are doing, most of those accounts are insured. But we know that there are insider collusion within them. And the vulnerability is increased because the banks, HR, are employing people who they don't know their capability, who coming from the industry. So industry collaboration and outsourcing will probably get a bigger layer. Central banks should be talking to the industry, to the professionals, more than they are talking to the banks. The solution is not at the bank. The solution resides with the professionals who, of course, have the capability of identifying most of those people who are hacking, and, of course, leveraging on the data of the internal data of the bank to root out the insiders, because the insiders really have gone out of control. There's a layer, professional layer, that can really help them and make sure that it can be brought to books.
In terms of still talking about the risk, there's a proliferation of social networks, and this has also raised a different, you know, perspective and dimension to e-fraud. How can it be curbed? Yeah,
the way this can be curbed is that Nigerians' vulnerability increases by the day because this internal gateway is not there. People are going straight to the internet. In other countries, that's why you have yahoo.co.uk. Everything ends within the UK interface, right? You have yahoo.co.id for India. We just have yahoo.com. We go up there. You should have a subsidiary of yahoo.ng for Nigeria. So you know everything that is happening within that yahoo.ng is originating from Nigeria. And of course, we have the root server that is there in Nigeria with our DNS. So we can do a lot of track and filter. Exposing us to the global platform of data is too complex to mine. You have more than 10 billion devices on the internet, and we say by 2020 you're going to have about 16 billion devices on the internet. How are you going to track them?
And all these devices are going to be doing one form of banking or the other.
Absolutely. The financial transaction is core, and the device usage all over the world, either sending pictures for sale. People sell porno pictures, you know, all over the world, and payment system is sitting on that. And so the payment is going. Games in mobility, as we said, we develop mobile games now, and mobile games is going viral all over the world. Kids about 2, 3, 4, 5 are playing mobile games. The last we saw is that a U.S. Kid of 6 has memorized the number, the card number of the payment card number of the parents, and then goes into a game and say, do you want to play on? Say yes and pay. Then he put on the code and boom, that thing is deducted without even the father knowing, because I mean it's been signed on. So those are some of the issues that we've, but through education also we can, you know, get a lot of things done. The social media can be a very good positive thing if we can have those who can reverse engineer the mind of the users and make sure that they can, you know, be ethically productive on the internet.
Dr. Waje, thank you so much for coming on the program this morning and sharing your thoughts with us. Of course, we're still going to be talking more about this in the coming days. It's one pain that refused to go away. But that's the program for today. Many thanks for spending time with us. I'm Harriet Agbenyi. Have a profitable day.